Thank you, Brother Peng Kiong. And also thank you to all the brothers and sisters of Malaysia. I'm really touched by your artistic and heartwarming testimonies for Dr. Yong. Thank you very much. Now I would like to start my speech. So, first I would like to greet Aino Hachimika. Warm greetings to Dr. Yong and to all leaders and brothers and sisters. When we heard about the news of Dr. Yong's new mission in Heavenly USA, the new Continental Director, we cannot help but feel very sad and reluctant to accept this news. Even though over the past few years, leaders are already mentally prepared that True Mother wanted Dr. Yong to take up higher missions elsewhere, but these were postponed due to various circumstances. And to Dr. Yong, I would like to express from the bottom of my heart, Toko Hashosimika, Kamsahamnida.
Thank you.
Your Chong Song and love, Dr. Yong. All the 40 nations under Asia Pacific will forever remain in our memories. Dr. Yong is very special to us. Dr. Yong always teaches us to be a filial child. I feel that Dr. Yong himself is a model of filial child before Heavenly Parents and True Parents. I want to testify that in my course of my national leadership working with Dr. Yong, I discovered that Dr. Yong always aims to bring joy and stimulation to parents, especially in the first 7-year training course of True Mother after True Father's Holy Ascension. Dr. Yong always find opportunity and ways to elevate True Mother's position and status. That's why I feel Dr. Yong always receive inspiration, revelations about providentially significant directions and what projects to do. Most recent ones that we can still remember are the head of states level summit, Asia Pacific summits in Nepal in 2018, and also the Cambodia Asia Pacific Summit, the Palau Asia Pacific National Level Blessing and First Ladies Conference last year, 2019, and which also brothers and sisters from Singapore also mobilized and supported generously. I think Singapore members would always feel honored. The True Father signed Singapore to Dr. Yong as his first mission country. So when Dr. Yong arrived in Singapore in 1991, brothers and sisters immediately fell in love with him. And lots of us received precious guidance from Dr. Yong. We can still remember his life of devotion, his Chong Song. Particularly, we never forget his early morning devotion and prayer life, which he continued until now. And also, we admire his deep study of God's word, as well as his love and embrace for members. So, indeed, as a group chairman, Dr. Yong always bring all nations together like a big Asia Pacific family. The relationship among leaders are very intimate, very close, very artistic. Even many other continents and regions leaders were very envious of Dr. Yong. Dr. Yong really raised up Asia Pacific, his own family, and he really loves all the 40 nations equally. In times of difficulties and hardships, challenges, Dr. Yong is like a loving father. He's like our good friend. He's also a great healer. To me, I also had various personal experiences with Dr. Yong. And I felt that Dr. Yong is my God. And very often, even during national leader meetings, I feel the power and spirit of God and true parents, Dr. Yong. And leaders always receive great inspiration and direction from Dr. Yong. Even though at times Dr. Yong may sound very strict when he wants to emphasize urgent matters, nonetheless, we as leaders, we always receive great inspiration. And many times, even on my way back, from national leader, whether in the Philippines or Thailand, on the plane, I will take out the notes that I've taken, and then I will read over and over. I will never get tired. I can receive a lot of inspiration and direction. I'm sure everyone will agree with me that every meeting with Dr. Yong is like bring back some blessings from heaven. Truly remarkable. I really appreciate and admire Dr. Yong. On a personal note, my family is also very grateful to Dr. Yong for his concern for my family, even for my children. In fact, I was very surprised when one day he told me he wanted to help match my children. Actually, I had never wanted to burden Dr. Yong, knowing how busy he is. But when he told me a second time and a third time, I know he is very serious. So indeed, in 2018, Dr. Yong said he had revelations and he found a match for my daughter. Subsequently, this year, my daughter received the blessing. Thank you very much, Dr. Yong. And last year, when I told him that my couple would be attending the parents' matching convocation in Taiwan for my son, he reminded me to let him decide the match. My couple was very touched. We cannot forget his love for our children. And my family really feel indebted. Thank you again, Dr. Yong. And on behalf of Singapore, I want to thank you, Dr. Yong, for guiding us to lay strong foundation for our national restoration, in which we successfully established a total of 12 holy grounds in 2013 and brought about the Little Angels to Singapore, which changed the whole spiritual atmosphere. And also we carry out tribal discipleship activities in our communities under the direction of Dr. Yong. And we also lay a stronger foundation for PR work. And we also established and accomplished 13 events of interfaith peace blessing. Furthermore, as of now, more than 27 couples accomplished HTM overseas, in the Philippines as well as in Thailand. That happened over the last 5 years. And on 10 October this year, there was last week, 13 couples managed to register as combo couples. We owe all this to Dr. Yong for your constant encouragement and guidance. Thank you, Dr. Yong. Let us all now give a round of applause to our Dr. Yong.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Yong is always like a fatherly figure to brothers and sisters. You can see how members feel so much satisfaction and excitement just to post a photograph with Dr. Yong. Unbelievable, you know. So I know how members are so excited. They even talk to Dr. Yong or to post a photograph. And that's why later, 7 representatives, I did not choose myself. I asked members to respond. Who wants to talk to Dr. Yong? And the quickest will get the right time to talk.
Thank you.
I also realized members like to be hugged by Dr. Yong. Really, Dr. Yong's hug is really like God's embrace. It represents God and true parents' encouragement and warm affection. I also like to be hugged by Dr. Yong. Thank you very much. I think my talk time is up. Even though I like to talk and continue to talk, I will end here. I will ask brothers and sisters from Singapore to share. Thank you once again, Dr. Yong.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And now I would like to first ask Sister Anna Lee.
Hey, you are in Japan now? Where is the baby?
Hello, Dr. Yong. They're sleeping.
그렇구나. How about second one?
Sleeping.
Oh, okay.
So Sister Anna, please briefly introduce, because some other nation members may not know you. What's your name and your blessing group, whatever.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Anna, and I was blessed in 2009 in America. And I just want to say first that I'm so happy to be here and to see Dr. Yong and to hear Dr. Yong speak to me. I just want to express my deepest sincere gratitude to you for loving Asia so much, for loving Singapore so much, and also on behalf of my family, on behalf of my mom, I would like to express our greatest appreciation to all the care and concern that you showed for us. Like I know my mom really really respects you, and she was very happy to work together in whatever mission she was given, and that you always gave her a lot of strength and power. And I feel that I feel that this world is so fortunate to have someone like Dr. Yong. I feel that Heavenly Parent must be really so comforted to have Dr. Yong, who shares about longing heart, about Heavenly Parent's heart, and reawakening like all our personal relationship with Heavenly Parent. So actually, after giving birth to my son in February this year, I listened to Dr. Yong's morning services a lot, and it really gave me a lot of strength and power to move forward. Especially like during that time, I also really miss my mom, and I don't know why, but somehow listening to Dr. Yong's voice and seeing how you give the lecture, it just I feel that my mom's spirit with me. I feel somehow both of you gave lecture like the same kind of spirit. And so
I miss your mom so much. I always miss her. I think she always with me together.
yeah, I actually it's very strange. Before I joined this Zoom call, after I put my children to sleep, I don't know why, but I was shivering all over. Like until now, I'm shivering. Like I feel maybe my mom is very excited. I don't know why, but yeah. So yeah, and thank you for reminding us that Heavenly Parent never leaves us even for a second, and the importance of salvation. And I want to become someone like you, who is so close to Heavenly Parent that wherever you go, people can really feel God's love flowing through you, and being someone who can truly comfort Heavenly Parent and true parents' heart. And also, thank you for allowing me to join Top Gun with my mother in February 2016,
Oh yeah.
and for me to make the determination to come to Japan. And I don't know whether Mrs. Yong is here. Like, I was also looking forward to see Mrs. Yong, but I want to thank Mrs. Yong personally for her guidance and advice during our last one-to-one consultation session, where I think was one of the main reasons I could decide to move to Japan and
Oh,
finally start my family.
oh,
Like, she told me, like, really to be a filial daughter of heavenly parent is to give my heavenly parent and my parents grandchildren.
oh.
So I am eternally grateful, really, that I was able to give my mother her first grandchild before
Yeah,
she went to
yeah,
spirit world.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
That was great. Yeah.
I hope to have more children, and that
Uh,
Dr. Yong can still help me with choosing their names.
yeah. Thank
And,
you. Thank you, Anna.
so I really miss Dr. Yong and Mrs. Yong a lot, but I think with the age of the internet, it's very easy to connect. So I really hope to be able to still see and talk to Dr. Yong and Mrs. Yong sometimes online.
Oh.
And
You need to show me, send me your children's photo.
oh, I sent it to your wife.
Yeah, you need to send me often.
Okay, I just make friends with you on Facebook, so make
Oh,
friends with me, okay?
uh, uh,
Yeah, and I look forward to meeting you in person. Yeah.
mm.
But I'm really excited actually to see the amazing things that is gonna happen in America now. Yeah, I
Thank
think that's
you.
gonna be very amazing. And
Uh,
so yeah, thank you again. I'm really so happy to be given this opportunity to speak to Dr.
okay.
Young, because I know
Oh,
so many other people want to speak to you.
Anna, now you can speak Japanese well?
Mama.
Mama.
簡単な会話できました。
そう。Anna、先生はとてもあなたを愛している。永遠に愛している。あなたのお母さんを永遠に忘れない。私が死んでも忘れない。あなたのお母さんはいつも共に私と一緒に仕事をやっているんだと思います。だからあなたも本当に頑張って、子供をよく育てて、親子の講師になってくださいね。
はい。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
Thank you.
Thank you. I pray for Dr. Yong's greater success in your new mission.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Anna. I think tonight we need to prepare a lot of tissue paper. And next, I would like to invite Sister Manami. Sister Manami is 360,000 couple.
Manamiさん。あや。ご主人と一緒にね、Manamiさんありがとう。
ドクターヨン、ありがとうございます。
Thank you, Dr. Yong.
今日はサーワンさんのヘルプを借りて、直接日本語でお話をさせてもらう機会をもらいました。ありがとうございます。
So I will get someone to translate for me. I want to speak directly in Japanese.
36万艘で祝福をいただいて、シンガポールに2002年に家庭を出発してきました。
So I was blessed as 360,000 couples, and I came to Singapore in 1992.
2002年です。
すいません。I came to Singapore in 2002.
ドクター・ヨンと他の姉妹、兄弟姉妹たちの深い心情の世界を見ていつもいいなと思っていました。で、この機会に今後を思ってこの機会を逃すことなく直接この地上生活で心情因縁を結びたいと思いで、今日はすいません、直接お話をさせてもらいたくて。
So I always appreciate and the beautiful hearts of Dr. Yong and also brothers sisters. So I really wish that during my life here on earth, I will be able to connect to everyone in the artistic level.
いつもヨン先生からは大きくは修練会、本当に天からの御言葉をいただいたと本当に感謝しています。神様を本当に近く感じることができました。
よかった、よかった。
So, I'm grateful because always Dr. Yong give a lot of sermons, and I really feel that when I go to attend his workshop and others also, I always feel that he give God's words to all of us and really liberate my heart.
本当にあとは2世教育、私たちのレベルではなかなか導けないところを本当に心情を込めて導いていただいて本当に感謝しています。
So I feel so helpless and inadequate in terms of education to second generation, but Dr. Yong really give us good a lot of strength and guidance and how we can do it.
すべてのヨン先生のシンガポールの状況に対して素晴らしいリーダーシップを見せていただいて、その内容でも本当に感謝しています。時にかなって御言葉を私たちが訓読チャンピオンを呼んでいただいて、御言葉の相続を土台にして、そしてリトルエンジェスを呼ぶ機会を私たちに与えていただいて、その後このローカルで祝福式をの議題を作るという、そういう素晴らしい、本当にこのシンガポールで考えられないそういった設理が進んだことはドクターヨンだからだと思います。そこに中心者が心を備えて一つになって、その恩恵を本当に受けさせていただいています。
So I really want to offer my gratitude to Dr. Yong. Not only he give us all the inspiration and all God's words to guide us, he really know the situation of Singapore very well, and he give a very good leadership guidance to us in Singapore, and that's why we could able to do the HDM activity, blessing activity. I think without his guidance, we won't be going this far. So I really want to thank Dr. Yong for giving all this concrete and appropriate guidance that match Singapore situation very well.
この直接お話をさせていただいて本当に感謝ですけども、これをもって証を立てられるように、今後とも頑張ります。
そうですね。
So it's really a precious time that I could able to express my gratitude to talk directly to Dr. Yong, and I hope that I could able to give more testimony and then really work hard together.
アメリカに呼ばれるのは本当にそこにアジアで多くの兄弟姉妹が証を持ったようにそこに待っている兄弟姉妹がいて天が配置されていることを思うので、本当にヨン先生が行かれることには本当に寂しい思いがあるんですけども、でも受けた愛をもとに頑張りますので、ヨン先生のまた大きなレベルでまた一つになれるように頑張ります。
はい、ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
So, I just now she talking about the blessing in Singapore. Our John national leader couple and all our brothers and sisters cooperate together 40 times really blessing event. I never ever forget. Under that kind of situation, you really initiated the blessing event, not just only one time or two times. I think that was a really great turning point in Singapore movement. I am telling you, Father said, the more you receive persecution, the more you receive great blessing. even though our Singapore situation is not is still under persecution. But I think, even though very difficult, but you are continuously putting your 정성 and blessing, and really you are working so hard. I think because of such a great contribution and condition, we do not know God's providence. No one knows God's providence. Singapore can become first nation to be 천일국. No one knows. I strongly believe in that. That's why I think do not blame each other, do not criticize each other. Even though under that kind of situation, unite together. Unity is the key. Unite together, continuously go forward. And then someday, I think Singapore providence can lead the world. So I think they are the reason why Singapore need to go through that kind of suffering and difficulties. I think surely in the future, I think God really praise our Singapore brothers and sisters can receive more great blessing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Yong.
ありがとうございました。
감사합니다.
마나미さん, 本当にありがとうございます.
사랑합니다.
Me too. 愛しているよ.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you, Sister Manami. Next, I'd like to call upon Brother Fong. Brother
Fong! Wow.
Good evening, Dr. Yong.
He was my English teacher when I became the missionary. I could not speak anything, but at the time I speak a little bit Japanese, and then I can communicate with him in Japanese, and he teach me every day. He is my English teacher.
Good evening, Dr. Yong.
Thank you.
Embarrassed. Okay, maybe allow me to start sharing. To all brothers and sisters, my name is Fong Chi Wing from Singapore. My couple is from the 30,000 Blessing. Okay, I want to share my testimony, which I'm privileged to have, to be able to see Dr. Yong in a different manner. Okay, allow me to start my story. Once upon an eon of time, a holy man, Dr. Yong, or Mr. Jacob, which we fondly refer him to covertly, arrived from fatherland to this little island state of Singapore. Despite all the language barrier and embarrassingly with my limited and shameful, hopeless, broken Japanese, I cannot translate well enough. But amazingly, Dr. Yong was able to communicate with all of us through his heart. In fact, his strong investment of his heart had shaped many of us in our development of our faith up to this day. Okay, in those days, there were no internet, there were no email, no social media, no YouTube, no handphone, but we had more fun and quality time together face-to-face physically with Dr. Yong. As I recall, Dr. Yong has also joined us in the celebration of the Singapore National Day Parade at the stadium, and we've met with young members and also joined our members' parents' activity outdoors. And there was always a sense of happiness with Dr. Yong around. Dr. Yong was like our spiritual mentor, and he would not stop to admonish us if we did not do well or right enough. Nobody was immune. Dr. Yong, if you still remember, you are the one who sent me to JB Malaysia.
Yeah.
That weekly 2 days divine principle lecture. It
Yeah.
was a life and death situation for me. Why? Because fear of public speaking is greater than the fear of death. The stage fear, the stage fright is the one that developed me. Not to mention the many uncertainty, because in those days there were no handphone, and that's only through some public phone call that I have to make my way there, meeting the members in JB. But it was a good and rewarding development for me for a while, I must admit. I feel very bad for not able to meet your expectation. But Dr. Yong, you deserve better in your stay in Singapore. Even though Dr. Yong did not stay in Singapore for long, he had actually left behind a strong legacy and many, many happy memories that is now eternally residing at a special corner of our heart. As anticipated, Dr. Yong has greater potential and has to move on to greater mission. And at a pace none of us could keep along. I cannot catch up with Dr. Yong. You move too fast. As the saying goes, the capable one will be the busy one. To our beloved Dr. Yong, you have been an inspirational leader and a dear father figure. Your life, which has always been in total alignment with heavenly parents and true parents, has taught us a plenty. Yet again, you have a greater mission to fulfill. I must say, you are like our alpha, and we hope and we wish to welcome you back the day that you become our omega. So I wish you all the happiness and a successful mission in USA. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Fong. My English teacher, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Fong. Next, quickly, we invite our sister Sui Chin. Sui Chin, Malaysian sister blessed to Singapore, brother. Are you there, sister Sui Chin?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Sui Chin. Sui Chin.
Good evening, Dr. Yong.
Oh.
Sir, my name is Sui Chin. Actually, it come from Malaysia. We based on 2008. Dr. Yong, very sad. Now you are going to America. I really like your morning devotion. I learned a lot of the things from you. I know you already 29 years old. Since 29 years since 1991. I'm so sorry at that time. I think I can't do much due to my family problem and struggling the blessing. Very long time, I didn't know how to face you, so I ran away. However, after 13 years, you still remember me and still concern me and want to give me blessing. Thanks a lot. This made me so touching. Every time I meet you, you will ask me, how are you? Today, I want to tell you about Yong. I'm fine. We received the glory of Chompo Kappa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, thanks for, I'm very grateful. Thanks for you. Never give me up. So I really hope your mission in America will success and glory. Adieu.
Thank you. Thank you, Suchin. I think you got so much persecution from your family. And then day and night newspaper, I remember how our movement gone through because of your family, but I think you overcame very well. And then now you become Chonbo couple. I am really, really proud of you. Finally you overcome. Thank you so much. God bless you. True parents bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Sui Chin. Next, this is someone who is waiting very patiently, but really want to rush forward now to share. This is Sister Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Mei Fang.
Mei Fang.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you, Mei Fang.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening, Dr. Yong, all leaders and brothers and sisters. I'm Tiffany from 306,000 couple. I still remember the first time when we meet is when I come back from Switzerland after the accident. You hugged me, which amazingly so powerful. During those years when you're in Singapore, my mother always remember you and always ask about you. She will say, "Oh, where's the Korean leader? You have shown us the love, care, and concern which really touch our hearts. You guided me and analyzed the cause of our accident, which till today still remains in my heart and guided me. We must always be vertical and think from God's viewpoint. I'm very grateful that when I first bring my sister, who is only 8 years old, to center, Dr. Yong offered to accept her as his spiritual daughter. I'm very grateful because by doing that really made me feel that my sister will be protected. So even though you're in Singapore for a very short time, but after many years that we never meet, you still remember our names. Just like the reunion feeling heart. Whenever we meet overseas in Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, or Thailand, we feel the longing heart. Just like God never forget us and always taught us quietly in the background. I remember there's once I'm having a very difficult time and I dream of you. You hugged me in my dream and I really feel comforted and I can continue. I'm very glad that my 3 sons have attended your second-gen workshop over the last 2 years. They've become more filial after the workshop. My eldest teen changed 360 degree and become very filial and always offer to help whenever I need help. So and also during many times in my life of faith, there is many challenges. And actually, I love Shang Jinim very much and Cook Jinim. I respected very much also. And I followed Shang Jinim's meditation in Korea until initial online video documentary, His Life in America. And frankly speaking, if not for my bond with Dr. Yong, I may really follow Shang Jinim. So I struggled and keep debating with myself to conclusion that I must hold on to the lifeline. My district leader, my national leader, Dr. Yong, and finally connect to True Mother. So with much determination, I stopped following H2 video and all the online services in America. Recently, I've been following your morning devotion, again, 40 days till now. So you have taught us how to keep a good and humble attitude and filial heart towards God and true parents. I truly believe wherever you go, the spiritual world will be mobilized and gain victory. America may not be an easy place, but indeed you are not alone and God is with you. We will be praying for your success and safety and sending positive energy to you every day. Papa, we love you. I want to show you my family.
Oh yeah. Aigo, handsome boys. Where's my spiritual daughter? Mei Chin. Mei Chin. Oh. Aigo. Okay.
So please don't worry for us. With your guidance, we will continue to strive to be better and achieve our goal.
Mei Fang.
Yes.
You need to listen carefully from now on.
Yes.
I go to America. I think I always concerned about your blessing situation.
Yes.
Do not give up. So I think I could not settle down in Asia, but cannot find someone. But I go to America, more wide world. You need to pray for me. Then I can really find and then settle down your blessing issue. You and your sister also. I always really think about your family. So do not give up. I really appreciate, even though your blessing situation is like that, but you really keep absolute alignment and follow through parents. I am really, really grateful your absolute faith. Please do not give up no matter any kind of situation. And I really try to help you and your sister. Thank you.
Thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Dr. Yong, and thank you, Sister Tiffany, for your sharing. Next, I would like to call upon Brother Jim Big. Brother Jim Big is the younger brother of Tiffany. Mei Fa.
Mei Fa. Hey, Mei Fa.
Hi. Good evening, our dearest and beloved Dr. Yong, and my dearest leaders, brothers and sisters. I'm Jim Big from Singapore, from 260,000 couple. And when I met Dr. Yong, it was a very special moment. I was a student. And at that time, the thing I can remember from Dr. Yong, he will always come and hug us and say, how are you? I feel so touched because I came from a family, they don't express love so much and seldom get hug from my parents. And when Dr. Yong hugged me, it really melted my heart. And I really miss the hug from Dr. Yong. And he always smiling and showing concern to young members like me at that time as a student. And years later, I brought my parents to Cameron Highland to attend the parents' workshop. And during that time, my face is like suffering from acne. A lot of my friends run away from me because it's not present looking. And once again, I meet Dr. Yong at the Cameron Highland. As usual, he will just come to me and hug me and put his hand gently on my face and say, how are you, Mei Fa? I also feel touched. I thought that probably when I'm okay, he will hug me. When I don't feel nice, he will hug me. But I was surprised that even my face with acne and not so present looking, he will still come and touch me and concern about me. My heart really melted. I really felt that Dr. Yong is like my father, so unchanging, so caring, irregardless of our position, our status, our background. Dr. Yong always show us so much love. And because of Dr. Yong, it really changed my life of faith, how I live my life of faith, especially now I have 4 children. The younger is 3 years old, the older is 16 years old.
Wow.
I always remember Dr. Yong as a father. Now I continue the tradition, hug my children also. Every time I saw that, I was happy. I like this experience, this feeling is so good. Although you can feel the fatherly love of Dr. Yong that I can inherit and then use it for my family. And 2 years ago, I bring my older daughter, who is 16 now, to attend the second-year workshop in Thailand. And once again, I'm so happy to receive guidance from Dr. Yong. And as a parent, I realized that we are so incapable, and we realize that Dr. Yong, who is not the parents of our children, is more concerned than us for our children. Always guide us and say second gen must be educated. They must go through the proper education so that they can be blessed, they can be matched. And because of Dr. Yong, I give determination to set condition with my daughter and start to remind them that the importance of having Johnson condition to prepare themselves for matching and blessing. And I really feel so thankful to Dr. Yong because you changed my life to have a strong life of faith. You change our family atmosphere, that our family can be so close together. And also you change the life of my children, that they are determined by looking at your family as a role model, that they feel so inspired. They want to be like Dr. Yong children, receive blessing, have grandchildren. That is really so wonderful. And from my bottom of my heart, I'm really thankful to you. Even though it was so many years ago, I always remember your kind heart as a father, your warm heart that really melted us. Until now, I always remember you as really our lovely father figure. And I really feel that you really sacrifice yourself. Besides true father, I feel that you are like true father. True father is, we cannot see him, we cannot be close to him, but from you, we can really realize absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience, that I want to follow you as a role model so that we can be total alignment with heavenly parents and true parents. And I always share with my children and say, Dr. Yong is really the pillar of faith that we must follow. And we want to be like Dr. Yong, although we are so much further away from you, but really this is a strong role model for us. And we are really sad and sorry to see you moving over from Asia, but we believe that you have a greater mission in America, and with your loving heart and a caring heart, I will believe many more millions of people will be affected and changed by you. Like
Thank you,
me, you'll be the
Meifa.
fortunate one.
Thank you, Meifa. Thank you, your wife also. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, God bless you.
Thank
I
you.
love your family so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Yong. We'll miss
Oh,
you.
oh,
Love
Thank
you.
surely need to become role model.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yong, and also thank you, Brother Jim, for your heartfelt sharing. I agree with you that Dr. Yong is our blueprint. So last but not least, I would like to invite another brother. We really miss Dr. Yong so much. He is our brother Ming Chai, brother Joshua.
Meng Chai, Mei Ling, our Meng Chai. Hey, hey.
So happy
I cannot hear. I cannot hear.
Okay, you cannot hear us?
Oh,
to hear.
oh, now I can hear you. Okay.
Nearer, nearer.
안녕하십니까?
Good evening, Dr. Yong.
Oh, Mei Ling.
Yeah, listen to so many brothers and sisters, very moving and touching sharing and testimony about our beloved Dr. Yong. And
Speak little bit
recall
louder. Speak little bit louder.
yeah. After listening to so many moving and touching sharing from brothers and sisters from Malaysia, Singapore, yeah, I have recall back a very good memory when I was in Malaysia. Yes, I remember during that time I was a member. I was a full-time member in Malaysia, and there is one incident that until today, I cannot forget about Dr. Yong's concern and love for me. At the time, actually, I met an accident, but the accident is actually is my careless mistake that I actually happened. I was too tired, and I knocked on the car that parked at the one car park, and I was very scared, and I actually know that I do not know how to report to my able figure. So when I went back to center and report this incident to Dr. Yong, I said, Dr. Yong, I met accident, and I was prepared that maybe I will receive scolding from my leader, which is I'm very scared, and I very I start shivering. But actually, when I report this one to Dr. Yong, guess what? Dr. Yong never asked anything about the vehicle. In fact, he only asked me one question. Ming Chai, how is your body? Have you hurt? Have you had any injury? I told Dr. Yong, I say no, I'm okay, but I already launched a police report, and Dr. Yong never scold me or anything. It's just concerned about my safety and my well-being. So this incident, even until today, when I share with my family member, my wife and my children, I still remember Dr. Yong's parental heart towards me, towards our members. He always concerned. The first thing is, are you okay? in not the external thing, not the material thing. Even though it's my mistake that I make this so-called careless accident. So I would like to testify about this incident that I learned from Dr. Yong, and he always have a parental heart towards all members and all brothers and sisters. Every time when Dr. Yong saw me, Dr. Yong called my name, I was so touching and happy that Dr. Yong always remember me and remember my family member, my father, my mother, and all my sister.
Meng Chai,
Yes,
when you become the pioneer in Alostar, northern part of the Malaysia,
yes,
in my life, I never forget you. How much you sacrifice. Wow, incredible. I think at the time your investment is really incredible. And then 14 went to Alostar, and then finally she came to know about your suffering and sacrifice. And then she came to me and she cried and cried and cried and cried. I say, why you are crying? So I came to understand my brother, how much he sacrificed. He was in Pioneer. Wow, I really, still I'm very clearly remember, even fallen leader remember you. How about God? God never forget you. Your sacrifice, your contribution, God never forget you. That's why since that time, I know you are who you are, and then how much you are blessed by Heavenly Parents, your entire family, and came to our movement. Pok Kwan, Pok Keng, Potin, and Meng Chai, your entire family, your father and mother. I think your ancestor must be very, very good. And also, your entire life really sacrificed so much. I really, really appreciate you, Meng Chai.
thank you, Dr. Yong.
Cannot hear. We
Yeah.
cannot hear.
Dr. Yong,
Dr. Yong, that time you are only 1 year in Singapore, but I have also very deep impression about you because I know at that time I was actually in the Singapore business team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was always alone because of my family persecution. I cannot go to the center, and center always have so many activities, but I always have to stay alone in the Tongil office. And then, but you always come to the office and always give a lot of comfort and encouragement to me. I always thinking I'm already neglected. Heavenly Parent already neglected me at one corner. Actually, I always do my own work, and I sometimes feel so sad I cannot connect to the center. But you always surprise me by coming to the office and always pat on my shoulder and always give me so much comfort. And from then on, I realized, no matter where we are, even though we are alone, Heavenly Parents will always his heart is always with us. Even though we are pioneering at the one corner of the earth, nobody knows, but Heavenly Parent will know. And that's why, because at that time you showed me this kind of a heart, I have a determination. I say, no problem, even though I'm not nobody knows me, even don't know what I'm doing, but even I just put my tongue song and hearts and do my best. Heavenly Parent will know, because you showed me that Heavenly Parents is always comforting me. Thank you so much, Dr. Yong. I always remember this 1 year is very precious. I always miss your internal guidance also.
Thank you, Mei Ling. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Meng Chai and Sister Mei Ling. Now, before we pass on to Indonesia, Singapore also have a performance. This is a performance, a song delivered by second generation. It's entitled Sarang He. I want to say I love you to Dr. Yong.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, our second gen. Wow.
We are Singapore second generations, and today we want to offer a special performance for our beloved Dr. Yong. We hope you enjoy this song together with all of us.
Singapore, Thank you, Singapore. Miss you. 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. Thank you, our Singapore member. I love you, Singapore brothers and sisters.
감사합니다. Thank you, Dr. Yong.